Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman from Studio B. Let's just suffice with that. I know it looks like the downstairs in my house, and that's because it is. So we're going to be on the line locally here, actually, with the Vice President of Community Investment of the Capital Region Community Foundation, one of those organizations that's done so much good in our community. Cindy Hales joins us. And Cindy, it's always good to see you. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you too, Chris.
Good. I always love to see people who are giving money away. This is the best feeling in the world. You know what I mean?
It is.
So tell everybody a little bit about the Capital Region Community Foundation.
Sure. So we are a tri-county community foundation. We work in Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties here in the capital area. And we work on large leadership projects in the community. We work with charitable individuals and helping them fulfill their philanthropic desires. And we work with the nonprofit community to help make sure that they are sustainable and able to do great work. And we do the bulk of that with our annual grant making.
So let's talk about Capital Region Community Foundation and how busy you've been. I understand that you're pretty proud to announce the final results of your inaugural 35-hour endowment campaign. Tell us about that.
Well, you know us, Chris. We like being, different. So 35 hours of giving is an endowment campaign that is orchestrated for those nonprofit organizations that have agency endowments here at the Community Foundation, meaning that they, as nonprofits, have made the decision that they want to set aside some money into an invested endowment for their longevity, to make sure that they are sustainable in the long run. But having run a nonprofit in the past, I can tell you that every year when it comes time to make a decision about whether that little bit of money you have left in your budget goes into your endowment or whether or not you're going to go do something really great with it, it is hard to make that decision. And so we wanted to provide a really structured period of time where people would concentrate on endowment and raising money specifically from their donors for their endowment. And we would help provide the platform for that, the infrastructure for that, and lots of moral support for that. So a lot of our peer institutions in Michigan do this, and around the country, most of them do it as 25 hours. But again, right, we like being different. We pick 35 for a really practical reason, though, because it allows you 2 full business days to make a transaction. And if you do 24 hours, you only have 8 hours of banking in there. So we wanted to give people a chance to do that. And it worked out really well because we had 2 folks who actually hand delivered $50,000 checks on the second day. So it worked.
Awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
Don't depend on the USPS, right?
Yes, that is exactly. You got it.
So 17 local nonprofits, over $213,000 through the support of over 500 donors. Tell us about that and how the business community, did they step up?
They did. So part of the incentive that we created was going to some of our local businesses and asking them if they would help to create a matching pool of funds. And that actually became a really great incentive for our 17 nonprofits to use, so that they could go out and say, look, now would be a great time to give to our endowment because the Community Foundation has this matching fund, so we can maximize your gift. So our friends at Jackson were supportive, our friends at MSU FCU, our good friends at Uno Dos helped us create a lot of fun video that we could use in social media and at our big kickoff breakfast. So we were really grateful to them and to a couple of very generous individual donors as well.
So tell me where the funds are going now, because as a business guy, I'm always interested where the cash is.
Yeah, well, the cash right now is it's someplace in a big giant pipeline between the platform that we used and our bank. So we used a company called Bonterra. They actually hosted the online giving platform, and the money will come to us here at the Community Foundation, and then our finance folks will distribute those funds directly to all of the 17 endowments of the 17 participating organizations.
All right, so listen, you called this the inaugural. Inaugural means to me every year. Is that what's going to happen?
Well, no, I hope not. Listen, it was a great campaign. It was a lot of fun. It's also, as you might imagine, in the mix of the many other things we do, a lot of staff resources. So what we've committed to doing is doing it every other year. And that we got feedback from the participants as well about that. And they said, you know what, that's really great, because in the year that we're not doing that, gives us an opportunity to focus our fundraising efforts on other things.
All right, so every time I'm involved in an initiative like that, I learn something kind of about my community, et cetera. Did anything like that come out for you guys?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we were a little terrified because, again, it was the first time. We didn't know what to expect. And people, two things surprised me. One is that people were incredibly generous. And two is that people really had fun with it. I mean, we made this a fun event and everybody joined in. So there was a great esprit de corps.
Unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you what, the good you do in the community, and that money always goes to resources that help enhance our community. We thank you for the work you do.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate your support.
All right, Cindy Hales, who is the EDD Vice President of the Community Investment of the Capital Region Community Foundation. Thanks so much for the work you do, and pass that on to your entire staff. Thanks, Cindy.
I'll do that, Chris. Thanks.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.